We are working on pages 150 and 151. Record your observations in the table and interpreting and analyzing the results. Why did each sample need to be dried before starting the experiment? Because if the samples already have water in them, this will affect the amount of water they can retain. What are the differences between the types of soil with high water retention and those with low water retention? Soil that retains more water is made of smaller and finer particles, while soil that retains only a little water is made of larger and rougher particles. Which type of soil is rough? Which is smooth? The soil with the roughest texture is the sand, and the one with the smoothest texture is the clay. Which soil would be best to use for growing plants? Peat would be best for growing plants because it can retain water and at the same time has a lot of air and minerals in it. How could the presence of living things affect the water retention capacity of soil? The presence of living things increases the capacity of water retention. To make a conclusion, you should analyze and interpret the data you collected and compare and contrast it with the hypothesis you made at the beginning of the experiment. This analysis will help you confirm or reject the hypothesis. If the results confirm the hypothesis, you can repeat the experiment to verify them. If the data does not confirm the hypothesis, you should check your experimental procedure to make sure there were no errors. If you are not able to draw a conclusion from your results, then you should repeat the research process or carry out more experiments and observations. In addition to accepting or rejecting a hypothesis, you should reflect on the activity you have just completed in the conclusion. The information from the experiment can often bring up new questions for future research. After finishing the experiment, you should communicate and discuss your results and conclusions. The information can be shared verbally or in written form. In this case, we share the data in a scientific report. What is the relationship between a soil's texture and its ability to retain water? Explain. The rougher the texture of a soil, the less water it can retain. Was the hypothesis verified? Explain. Yes, the hypothesis was verified because the soil with fine particles has a greater capacity for water retention. What other property could affect the water retention capacity of soil? The porosity of the soil could affect the water retention capacity. How would the presence of vegetation change the water retention capacity of soil? Vegetation would increase water retention capacities by the presence of roots.